So right now, you have an entrepreneur's approach to rebuilding the country. You've called it America 2.0, which I then started running around stealing from you. You know, credit to you if anyone asks. I'm crediting you right now.
From somebody, I don't know where it came from.
So one of the things that you and I disagreed on before, though, at this point you're like open to anything, is universal basic income, which that that I ran on it. And at the time, you were not wholeheartedly positive on the idea. Would love to talk through what your biggest reservations were, and whether or not you still have those reservations, or whether you think that this is something we should be looking harder at.
Sure, love to discuss it, obviously. I'm for CBI, caretaker basic income, all right? 100% for, because that's a job, and that's a productive job that improves society dramatically, and I think we do need to be providing economic support to people who are caretakers for their parents, their kids, their grandparents, whoever it may be, stay at home and don't have a traditional job. Absolutely, positively, because the key element in my mind, and why I'm not a big fan of UBI, is the concept of productivity, and I know this sounds awful, but to paraphrase the old John Kennedy line, ask not what your country can do for you, but what you can do for your country, right? I think for us to get through this quickly, or as quickly as we possibly can, the jobs that we pay for from the federal government has to have an element of productivity as opposed to just choice. Now, I'm not saying we force people into specific jobs. Every job has got to be optional. You can't, this is still the United States of America. You can't constrict people into doing specific jobs.
You can't be like, you're now like a road worker.
Yeah,
it's like we're on like a chain gang.
Yeah, exactly. Not, if you want any money, no, not at all. I'm not saying we get rid of unemployment or anything like that. But at the same time, I think we have a very specific need to make jobs and things we pay for as the federal government have some productive impact. And that's not to say under UBI, all the things that people do can't be productive and aren't often productive, but it's not a necessity or a requirement of UBI. And that's my hesitancy.